Hello, I'm Eric Kellett, and I'm going to talk to you about changing out a blade. For this particular blade change, I'm going to use this DeWalt saw. A couple of things that you might need to change it out is going to be a wrench. This one happens to be a 1/2 inch. Needle nose pliers and a blade. Now I have the blade and the saw resting on these pads so I don't scratch the veneer of this classroom. Not typically something you will need. Now the very first thing to eliminating or taking off and replacing the blade is you want to eliminate the power source. Anytime you're messing with these saws, you want to eliminate that power source. This one happens to be a battery power, so I'm going to remove that battery. The very next thing I would want to do is I want to go to this arbor nut here. And this arbor nut has a collar underneath it. It'll tell you which direction to loosen and tighten, right? This arbor nut to take the blade off. This particular saw, it has a wrench right here, located behind the upper blade guard. I like to use this type of wrench. Whatever you want to do, you can do. The next thing I would like to do is locate the blade lock. Now this blade lock is going to be located over here, behind the upper blade guard as well, and I will have to engage that while I loosen that arbor bolt in order for this to come off. But to open up the surface area, I want to lower the base plate. So I'm going to use this depth adjusting lever. I'm going to loosen it up and I'm going to lower the base plate down to give myself a little more room to work on removing this blade. So from there, I will engage the blade lock and I will take my wrench and I will loosen the arbor nut. Now typically it's going to be a reverse thread, so the lefty loosey righty tighty will not work because it's reverse thread. So I remove the arbor nut. Then I will take off the collar. And finally remove the blade. Now I'm going to go to the blade itself, and the blade has actually directional arrows the way that the blade has to rotate. You may also find these directional arrows on the upper guard and the lower guard as well. You would think that this Diablo would be on the front, but no, it's actually going to face the inside, so that these arrows correspond with this arrow here on the upper and lower blade guard. I like to use a wrench. I take the wrench and I go ahead and I rotate and take this knockout out. That's actually why I enjoy using a wrench more than the one that comes with it, because it's very easy to knock this diamond shape out. There's a bunch of different ways you can knock the diamond shape out so that it can fit on this arbor. The arbor is either going to be diamond shaped or it's going to be round. This particular one is a diamond shape. I make sure these arrows correspond with these arrows here, and I place the blade accordingly onto that arbor. Once the blade is on that arbor, I'm going to gather the collar back up, place the collar back on, locate the blade lock, and then I'm going to tighten the arbor nut back on, or the arbor bolt rather. Now remember, it's reverse thread, so it's actually going to be righty loosey, lefty tighty in this particular case. Once I have it engaged, I'm going to go ahead and finish it up by just giving it a tighten, just tightening it up a little more. Now, I don't have to tighten it up too much, just snug is good enough. And now I have my blade all changed out, ready to cut. Thank you.